I know why you're here. Don't try to escape, my dear. You've been naughty, I know, by trying to steal something of my own.
I have no idea why I have been dragged down here.
Don't lie.
Know what you're talking about.
And sure, there's a reason to shout. I saw the kid and tried to steal. I see. What do we have here?
Nothing.
Now I know why you're here. You are a mischievous thief. But if you want the key, you need to earn it, my dear. This is how we treat our guests who are trying to cheat. So you will be my rental tonight, at the Dragon's Ball. Take my oath, surrender, surrender. Look at me and the way I ask for forgiveness, kindness and help. Take my oath, surrender, surrender. You will die another day, another way.
I think we're done now.
You think so?
I have to go.
You're not going anywhere.
Why are you making this harder than it is? You have the key that you don't even need. You're standing here between me and my life. I'm sorry to say,
What now?
just get off with your tail.
Take my oath, surrender, surrender. Look at me in the way I ask for forgiveness, kindness and help. Take my oath, surrender, surrender. You will die another day, another way. May I have these I will show you my best moves. Why don't you?
I just need the key. I'm trying to get out of here. I know that it's a bad deal, and disappointed you must feel, but please help me to escape.
Take my oath, surrender, surrender. Look at me in the way I ask for forgiveness, kindness and help. Take my oath, surrender, surrender. Look at me in the way I ask for forgiveness, kindness and help.
Konnichiwa, Minagawa. It is Miyagawa Kitsueki, and I'm your furry and Vtuber representative. And this is Slay the Princess, the same game 2 days in a row. It's been a while since we've done that. And I fixed my soundboard. Oh, how much of a difference it takes turning a switch from on to off. So, the Pristine cut was released today for this game, for Slay the Princess. It has three new princesses and some new endings and a bunch of other stuff. So we are going to be getting into that. But so unfortunately, I don't think it retroactively includes
You're
our
on
old
a path
saves
in the woods.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to jump into it that quickly. Let's see, hold on. There is a gallery. Whoops, I didn't mean to quit out of the game completely. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Let's get back into it. When I said quit, I didn't mean just close the game completely. I meant to go back to the main menu. So it does not include our old saves. The Pristine cut does not jive with our progress. So I don't think that we can get to the new princesses from the save file, but I want to finish this part first.
You're on a path
before we get
in
to
the
the
woods,
new stuff.
and
So
at the end of that path is a cabin.
we have collected 3 princesses
And
so
in the
far.
basement of that cabin
the Wraith, the Beast,
is a
and the Tower
princess.
in this current run.
You're here to slay her.
We need 2 more
If
to
you
get to the
don't,
apotheosis.
it will be the end.
Let's see. So
You make your way
this
up
time,
the
I'm
short
going to
path to the
try and
cabin.
get
A
the
warning
adversary
before you go any further. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this. Ignore him. He doesn't know.
So I think getting the
The
adversary.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your implement. You'll
The
need
adversary. I need to do almost the same thing as getting to the tower. I think.
You take the
So we
blade from
start
the
with
table.
we start with the blade.
It'll be rather difficult.
Start with the blade to make her.
The door to the basement
hostile,
creaks
kind of.
open. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Let's see.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Down the stairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the
Yes.
task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You know, if the Echo really wanted to make sure that I killed the shifting mound, he could have made her look like something that wasn't like classically attractive, you know? Like a tentacle monster or something. But instead he went with a 20-something-year-old girl. A 20-year-old something white girl. Let's see. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
I think I dropped.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a
What
threat.
did I tap into? You tapped into Miyagawa Kitsueki. Your furry and Vtuber representative.
Don't you dare.
Don't
It's
you
fine.
dare.
We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Let's see. So let's drop the knife. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor
this
with
is
an
how I get to the
unceremonious
adversary.
clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Oh my god!
Unarmed.
Oh wow! Wow! Oh my god! The Sandalists are back! Wow!
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you
Sound
there's no
didn't play.
reasoning with
How
it.
did the sound not play?
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Oh, let me test it again.
Make hamburger country! Nice, 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 nice!
Oh, it isn't playing. Let's see. Sound plays 10 seconds after doing the thing. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong audio device. Why is it delayed for so long? Do it there, it'll make it play twice. Let's just see if that one works. It's definitely gonna play twice.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Hear Joe Biden speak the language of the gods. Unfortunately, Lynetta is not here. No one understands him.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I think any good relationship begins with your significant other in chains. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
What would you call it? What's
She
the
hesitates
name?
before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Hello, Lynxie. You've came 2 days in a row. That is very unusual. How are you doing?
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
It's pretty awkward.
I know.
Doing
I
alright.
just said that.
So am I.
Now why are you here to kill me?
I don't know, because you're the embodiment of death and change, I guess. Do you think I just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous.
And yet, you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think?
Why are you calling me out?
Someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let
give
her
away the
distract you.
game.
That's exactly what she wants.
I'm right.
By the
aren't
way,
I?
the pristine cut was
So who
free.
put you up to this?
This is an entirely free update. Why don't you play Persona 2, the one with Hitler? Because no one really cared that I played Persona 5. So, and I don't have much of a desire to play Persona 2 anyway. Really, the only reason why I played Persona 5 is because I love the game. I have no connection with Persona 2, nor do I have a desire to play it. So, it would be not a great time for me, and also not a great time for anyone else. She's too cute, so much that it's deserving of capital punishment. Who put you up to this? We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Let's see. Yeah, this will take me to the Spectre. Let's see. I'm getting you out of here. I think this is the path of the adversary.
Kidding me?
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
How about the Persona, the metaphor? Not that one either. It seems like another really long 60, 70-hour game. And you know, those just really aren't good for streaming. Unless you're like really, really into it. Or if you're really good at the game. I don't see myself engaging in a really long game like that anytime soon.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
And plus, you guys, I realize that my audience tends to lose interest with the really long games. Like a few streams in, hours into it, I start to lose your attention quite quickly. And that's not really an insult to you or anything. That's just like how things are.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
You guys really like me playing new things. Not new as in recently come out, but a different game periodically, whether I finish it or not. It's not too often that I get flagged for not finishing a game. with you all. Do I enjoy Transformers? None at all. I never got into Transformers. Maybe there's a key upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Not finishing a game, you say? Yeah, because there are many games that I have left from the cutting room floor. But it's not very often that people ask me to finish those. More often than not, I get asked, when is this going to be finished? Or like, when are we going to move on to something else? Whether I'm close to ending it or not. I can think of one. Yes, I know which one you're thinking of. Change the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
She looks the most adorable like this.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
The thing I like best about the princess is how her head changes size depending on the situation.
She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, so it does lead to the same thing. Okay.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Oops. Return. Return.
The
Is this-
blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered
How do I
neck.
get the adversary? Maybe I do need to slay her when she's in chains.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
So one of the branching
You're on a
paths,
path in the
one of the
woods,
different princesses
and
comes
at the
off
end of
the
that
prisoner,
path is a
but I don't think
cabin.
we can get it in the save.
And in the you're here to slay her. My tricks on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
That you did. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you, she will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Where's the horny voice? What horny voice?
The only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor.
Oh, the voice of the
pristine
horny?
blade perched
Was
on
that
its
a
edge.
real one?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I think you get the voice. Yes, you get him with the damsel. So in order to get that one, we have to not take the blade first off to get to the damsel. Approach the mirror. No.
You take the blade from the table. It would be a good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I never killed her in this one. Well, I never killed her as the prisoner. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. I'm going to sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit closer.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
All I did was sit next to her.
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her.
What is she doing?
I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here.
Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed?
I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Here's a difference. Let's see, should I kill her now or drop the blade? Dropping it would lead to more dialogue, probably. But I want the adversary.
You steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved.
Totally rational.
Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
I don't like this. It was too easy.
It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now.
You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises?
It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone. And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
Yay.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Open the door and accept your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
Bliss is very boring.
Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
What's
Let us
done
out of
is
here.
done.
This is
And
bullshit.
there's no going back now. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
Let's see. What do you
We
suggest?
still
then?
have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Slay yourself.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter
Yep.
if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Game over, yeah!
We'll see about that.
The Grey.
You're on a
Oh.
path in the woods. See,
This is
that
not
wasn't
the
so
woods.
bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place. There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling. That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time? I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first, so you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage. That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed.
The more time you spend with the princess, the more you're going to like her, and the less likely you would be to
It's
kill
not
her.
like it was that difficult to slay her last time. She may have put up a fight, but her flesh is still softer than our blade. And now she's dead, and I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave. You already slew her, and you survived? Yes. Then
Yes.
why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves. Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward. Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy. We were bored. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything.
So long as there are those who remember what was, there will be those who won't be able to think about what can be.
How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die. And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead.
The whole path is different.
Yes,
It wasn't raining before.
things are different, aren't they? If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Her influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be. And what is that supposed to mean? Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse. Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know?
Don't we deserve to
No.
know?
Is there a reason it would be raining? If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Voice of the Cold is kind of cold. Whatever happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? What we do is entirely up to us.
I can muck up whatever I
We have
want
all
to.
those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right? You aren't here to solve a mystery. You're here to save the world. That's what you say. But how can we be sure? We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us.
Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world.
Why?
Because we should. I don't know. It's important.
Is it?
Yes. I think.
For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real.
Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
Maybe we are.
The skeptic is onto it.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Let's see.
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water.
This
The
is
once
not the
stately wooden
adversary.
building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin, it is beyond repulsive. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure, faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall.
She has a ghost knife.
Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
I don't think I can stab this.
Door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it.
The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
Oh, snap.
But we had it with us when we died.
And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too?
Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again.
My voices are figuring out the mechanics of the game.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door.
It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
No way left to go but down.
Enter.
The door to the basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation.
So many versions of the princess are just undead.
A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters.
There she is again.
Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I'm sorry about last time. Are we good? Is anyone there? I don't have a weapon. There wasn't anything upstairs for me when I
Don't
got
just
here.
tell her you're unarmed. Not that it matters, you receive no response.
Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Hey! I'm unarmed! I'm no threat to you!
She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
I can promise you that that's not entirely true.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
Yikes.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom.
See? She's dead.
She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do?
Ring, yeah.
She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games.
Hello there.
Hello there.
If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this?
This bloated corpse is going to destroy the world.
Thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Bold of you to assume I'm not listening to you. Don't let me drown. We don't need to do this again.
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence.
Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it?
It is, and it's rising fast.
Well, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel.
Very painful.
Bad, I bet.
I don't think dying ever feels good.
Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Rush for the blade.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps. The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you. You're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall.
Damn.
You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out.
It's so dark and cold, I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this?
Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out.
Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way.
But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only
Cold
able
and
to take
clammy?
one last
Is it a
hopeful
corpse?
gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths.
As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
So, Mare, would you fuck this one?
I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please. The past is the past.
Mare!
There's nothing to fix.
It's just a corpse! It's just a corpse! It's literally a dead body in the water!
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse.
The water is a lot.
Her ghastly figure stares down at you.
The cabin was not this big.
As unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs
Drown the hands with feet of spirit.
filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
But your lungs don't fill, nor will they ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. But it feels
Trust
so
me.
bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Mare, why do you do?
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
You don't need to comfort them.
Approach the mirror.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
Voices feel small and distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. You need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
How are you
You're
holding on to
supposed
this?
be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars. I think there are people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you have any thoughts about this vessel?
This one is guarded sorrow. She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart.
What did she share? The sensation of drowning?
Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard.
There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Let's do the ghost one again. That was fun. I'm trying to find new ones. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. When I find him, you and I are finally going to have some
Do
answers.
not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
That's very dangerous thinking. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I think just one.
Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die.
Game over, yeah!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
How
You're
do I
here
do the
to slay her.
adversary?
If you
What do I need to do to get the adversary? Do I take the blade or do I
make
not
your
take
way
the
up
blade?
the shore, a warning before she will laugh. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted enough for the blade.
Okay. First off, do I take the blade or do I not take the blade? Okay, so okay. That's what I need to do. Okay, I got it. Okay. We
You
do
take the blade from the table.
But
The
I
door
need
to
to kill
the
her while
basement
she's
creaks
sitting.
open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She said, "Don't let it." Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs. She's so focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
So wait, do I need to? Do I drop the blade?
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She
Yeah,
makes a
I think I
compelling
do.
point. What if we just
Dropping the
dropped
blade
the
is the way
blade
to
and
go.
talked? Look at. Don't you dare. The blade,
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
against your better judgment, will be fine. Don't know what you're hoping to.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out
You
of here?
can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked
Oh,
enough.
have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Take a fighting pose.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Whoops. Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's
You
a
lie
miracle I'm still
constantly.
standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
It makes sense that the shifty man would be good at fist fighting, considering that she has so many of them.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The adversary!
You're on a path in the woods.
This is all I wanted.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
I wanted arch nemesis.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
He's going to kill me again. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
This was fun.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Thank you for the follow. I have no idea how to pronounce your name.
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Proceed.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would
enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Fuck yeah.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Why can't we do both?
As you descend the final step,
yes.
the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement
It's very
floor.
tight in here for a fight.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Succubus. Not really.
And you brought your little knife, too.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
You look different.
You look exactly the same.
All right, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing? Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. But enough is enough.
J.D. Vance's
I believe
philosophy.
you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Life would be a lot easier if we could. It's because it bothers you. I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. You don't know the depths of my
You're
apathy.
joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
Can we No, we can't, Mayor. No, we cannot. I'm not saying I'm not here for a fight. I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Turn around and leave. Like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Very succinct.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, let's get this started. Attack!
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, shit.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head.
Come on, do it!
Not.
I'm here!
This world needs you to win.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in scaly form.
She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Made an opening up, maneuver her, striking her heart head on.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes
Keep
and
going!
masochistic glee
Push harder!
lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I do.
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here.
Yes, the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to win, even if it takes us forever to get there.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact.
We're fine.
But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened.
It's gonna be
I've
okay.
said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
You metaphor, you said nothing exists outside of us. Don't you want to be free, though? This is more to life than waking up chained in a basement and fighting to the death and endless
You're
loop.
walking a thin line, hero.
Is there more to life? When you're not here, I feel empty and alone. When we're not fighting, I feel stuck. Like there's something important I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm being shoved into a space where I don't fit. But when we fight each other, it's like this wave of feeling. Like everything I break in you and everything you break in me is important. Like we're really, truly communicating.
This sounds like love.
Is suffering, and we will feel every inch of it. And
Is this
we
what
will
love is?
persevere.
Can't say I'm a fan of whatever weird bond those two have. Nor am I. It's dangerous. But maybe you can use it to your advantage.
Like some kind of psychosexual sadomasochist. There'll always be another chance to. There'll always be another chance for us to kill each other.
I don't care.
Pick up the blade and attack her again.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the...
Whoops. The soft meat of your organs. You feel like few horrifically painful pups. A gush of fluid and... it's over. It's finally over.
No, it's not. We're just getting started.
But it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin. There are few better endings than that.
Well, are you going to listen to him?
Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Get up.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive.
Fuck yeah, bitch.
Ha! I told you this wasn't over.
What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine.
No, she's dead. She has to be... No!
We're all shit out of luck, aren't we? I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect.
The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
But she came back. What's the point of fighting her
Is
if she
this
can
Fight
just
Club?
do that? All of you need to settle down.
If it is, we should
This whole
talk
situation
about
is
it.
coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart. Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong. Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything.
Attack her again.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage.
And then we get up.
Again!
Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
Slay the princess.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
Fucking hell, this one right here.
And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again,
this one.
and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
He doesn't answer the voice. He'll never answer it. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Why do I keep doing that?
Far from
My
it. We're still here.
middle finger keeps flexing.
She's still here too.
I have a strong desire to flip the world off. Princess stumbles, and her body
I
slumps.
feel so... tired.
It's time to
She's
leave.
gone. And is that a... This
Approach the mirror.
This doesn't screw the mirror.
The voices are gone forever. You are nothing at all. You can't be nothing. You focus your gaze and then you see it a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Another crack forms in another, turning the mirror into dragon shards of broken glass. I was
The
wondering if I ever get
narrator.
to see you.
Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I wasn't supposed to see all this,
You
was
were
I?
either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
You know, is he a crow or is he a rat? It's very fuzzy. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off
It doesn't
like that?
hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
Are you part of me or are you
No,
something else?
I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
If you want me to slay her, I need to know what she actually is.
The capacity to change. She is transformation.
She's a mega hamburger
most of it.
country.
Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Like I said, this isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Do you know that things wouldn't just be worse if I destroy
Of course
her?
they could be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
But oblivion is where we end up if he's dead.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What would it be like to live in a world without
Light.
her?
Burdenless. An eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear. No more howling chaos. Just life. Forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Just like Moses. Oh God, I always knew I was special.
Yes, you are special. Unique even. And you still have a task that you need to do. And only you can do it.
If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
The glass breaking sound effects are very good. That's easy. I'm going to destroy her.
Are
Lie.
you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Fuck death. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator is right. You are the long quiet of vast and nascent God. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. One last time. When you remember the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. But a bunch of naked women touching each other.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
You know, apparently we've been together since time immemorial, but we are a nascent God. Nascent meaning very new. So how have we been together forever if I'm just now being born? Bob Ross is live on Twitch. Yeah, isn't that just like his old TV show being streamed 24/7? I missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. Yeah, you said that like he came out of the grave with his fucking easel and paintbrush, painting happy little trees. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are
Because
their
I've been
attempts
talking
to
a lot.
capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
And all of those yous trying to eat you out at the same time. I need answers before I make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color.
Living color, one might say.
You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
Address this federal statement directly. Here's your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change that designation. That isn't what any of this has been about. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can exist without you, but I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
I am a bird without you.
I kill you. You kill me. Back and forth we go. Faster, faster, faster. I kill you.
I think the sequence plays differently.
Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place, flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
When you flooded me with tears, I did not drown. I killed you while you tried to strangle me. And when you flooded me with tears, I did not drown.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you. You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark.
Actually, there is.
When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
Well, yeah, you were a giant woman. What was I supposed to do?
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Speak that way. What is the wisdom? What is the cabin? What is the time we spend apart of not me existing?
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? You are different. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows.
I'm not a vorophile.
Tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things.
She kind of looks like Nina Alexander. Nina Alexander.
A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and
Liar.
substance.
I wouldn't be here if destroying you would leave all reality colorless and blurred.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful, ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds.
address this special statement directly. I was glad to set you
Then
free.
set me free again. Set both of us free.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
As the clash between you at base, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't.
Her hair is more of her.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. You think you can change me, then I must be able to change you too! Anime!
It is not perspective. It is truth.
Wow.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's
They're
everyone
still
else?
where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Is this new?
Here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I think I got it. I like that for old time's
Yeah,
sake.
of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
You kind of suck at this.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Into the basement.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
She did not sound like that. Actually, yes, she did. We didn't take the blade the first time. We went back for it, and then she
down we
became
go.
the beast.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
She's never looked this nice before. Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
There has to be a way out of this. I don't want
I
to
don't
hurt
think there's a
anyone.
way out, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do.
You stab her, would she die for real? I don't know.
So make me put it all back.
I've never seen this
Help
before.
me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Was this a red pill, blue pill situation?
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
How will Resetting and do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer? We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
An endless dance? I don't want to be alone again. I want to be here with you. I don't want to forget you.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else.
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question. Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
How do you know that things won't end up worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen. Because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
This is new, because she's drawn differently. I don't want to be alone
But you
again.
won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Don't they continue to die and suffer if you exist?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
That's not how it works! Either it'll help them or it won't. Shifting man, what the fuck are you on? Is it too late to go back to being a god?
It feels like it is. You wouldn't have come here if you were just going to go back.
I believe in us. Agree.
Okay, if this is your choice, then we're doing it. I guess I'll see you on the other side.
We'll dance this dance forever.
She takes the blade from our hand. She raises her gentle eyes to ours, a fondness in her gaze.
I'll see you soon.
Everything is going to be okay. I love you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It really just resets?
You're here to slay her.
It really just resets. No fanfare or nothing. It just goes right back to the beginning. Because maybe I'm okay with ending the world. Oh! Okay, so it is the credits. Okay. I was about to say, if it just go back through everything again. So this was the pristine cut. Okay, so that was all different because there wasn't the part of the cabin. There wasn't that part of the cabin from at the end. So that's it. That is it. But that wasn't all the new stuff though. I'm going to do one of the new princesses. So you mentioned the Spectre before. The Spectre before, Mayor. So one of the new princesses comes out of the Spectre. So we're going to be doing that. And also there's a gallery now. So you can see all of the princesses you collected, I think. Look at all these testers. Wednesday, spoons, and nubs. They have an axolotl. Oops. And everything, the beginning of something new, transformation. Blah, blah, blah. So much more than you. Tower, supplication. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Turn to the main menu. Okay, let's go to the new memories. Beginnings and endings. So yeah, so unfortunately, none of the princesses I collected before are here. Let's see, die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner, slay her without a moment's hesitation, lock your fears away. She's armed. She isn't armed, is she? Fall to a feral captive, betray her before she betray you. Can't know someone you never met. That's the stranger. Yeah, let's go for the Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so to get the Spectre,
you're here. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. We're not going to ignore it.
So to get the Spectre,
the interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty. The blade. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
No, I take the blade.
Don't let it.
Let's see, continue down the stairs.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your...
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
I don't want to get the razor a mistake. Of course it is.
Yes,
She's dead.
exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. What
I find me.
happened?
Me.
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good.
The blood moon
Everyone
festival
is
back and
happy.
forth to the lamp, so
You'll-
know. Let
What's
me out of
done is
here.
done. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. Psst. I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything. He's right. Do you hear that? Do you not? Don't you dare.
Anything to get out of this hell.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a fine? Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stair.
Oops.
The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end.
Donk.
Nice knowing you.
There she is.
You're on a path. You're here.
Proceed to the cabin.
Oh,
Who's the voice with me?
She will
now?
lie. She will cheat. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling
What choices
outside,
do I need to
banging the
make
shutters
to
against
get
the windows.
princess?
The
Do
only
I
furniture
remember
around
the choices I
is an
made last
elegant
time?
antique
No, I do
table
not.
with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
I know that I let her possess me in one time and let her get out. And then I killed myself in another version.
The blade is your implement.
And her with
You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. You take the blade. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
So you would think.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
This girl pops up underneath your floorboards. What you doing?
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't
looks
right.
like
What's
an
going
idol.
on here?
She looks like an idol showing up for a meet and greet. A ghost.
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Hold on. Let's see. Let me go over here so I don't get confused.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes
Parallax
through,
scrolling.
unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
If I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, Killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
A cyclical hell.
I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
All of this feels the same. The answer is no. I need to think on this. I still get to be in control.
Sure. Why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for good. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
I need to think on
Take
this.
your time.
モカちゃんが教えてくれたいろんな見た目になれるアプリなんだって。どれどれ？
Then there's really much for me to do. Slay the princess. I won't let you possess me. What leads to the different princess? Even if you thought the answer is no, on the throne I won't let you possess me. I think if I say no, she just takes my body anyway.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're
Definition of
slashing at
insanity.
air.
You're adorable when I didn't say you could touch. Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or
Okay,
what?
so the same thing happens. Slay the princess harder.
You swing at the princess once more, and once more your blade cuts through nothing as she disappears.
Really?
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment. She draws in close.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home.
Do you remember what home is?
Wherever home is.
Her eyes turn from wells of sorrow to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Stare
You
in
can't be
silence.
sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
Oh, is this the Wraith?
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Slay the princess.
You swing your blade towards her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand,
No
you
worse
realize
face
she
to suffer
clutches
than a
your
broken
still
heart.
beating heart. Did we get her? Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
It is the Wraith. God damn it.
You're
That
on a
is
path
not the...
in the wood.
Hold on.
And here we go again. Off to slay her. Again.
Wait a minute. Load. Okay. Let's see. The answer is no.
I see. So that's how it's going to be. I guess we'll have to fight then.
The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your You turn and face her as she hovers. Spectral. Are we doing the right? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with...
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand. Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? And yet it didn't. You do your
Step
best
away.
to pull away, but it's as if her arm, embedded in your body, is rooting you in place.
Leaving so soon.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel a horrific splintering.
I'm done asking.
She's real now.
No.
But you don't. In her clenched, but that's ours. She crushes it. Blood and...
Okay, so that's still the Wraith. Hold on. Okay, let her possess
The
me
princess
then.
swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are you doing? Just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Don't make your Eldritch Death Entity a hot 20-something-year-old girl.
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass,
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
I think, therefore I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
How to bully someone existentially?
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
But it was my decision.
Shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
I can't think straight. There's too much noise.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
The rest of the code isn't wrong.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world...
Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless
for a
little
second.
voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate.
And whine.
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in...
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never?
Alright. Let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
You feel the lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Oh, shit. I saved over my product. Fuck me. Okay. Hopefully I can do it from here. How do I get this? Okay. Actually any new endings from this? It's supposed to be. I don't think there are. Sure doesn't seem like it. let's try this.
The
See
princess.
what happens.
Thanks for the body.
What are
This
you
is the only
doing?
other thing I haven't
Don't just
tried.
See you soon.
She rushes. I'm not. I'm afraid it's too. You could,
Get up.
your eyes.
So this is what.
So clear. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm.
Hope.
No, I'm not. You don't.
So you're.
That's
You're kind of.
just going to. Obviously.
Because I'm.
I'm sick.
Oh, or don't.
Isn't that an interesting idea? I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you. Are you sure you're willing to do that?
Sure, why not? Let's try
Of course
something
we're
different.
sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart. The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle.
No!
Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Who do you think you are, trying to take me out with you? Well, I'll show you. I can do worse than that little knife. It's not you taking me out. It's me taking you out. I'll tear this body to shreds.
Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd like to see you try. But I think this is the end for all of us.
I said I'm leaving, you cold little freak.
Feel a violent tear like the shape that you thought was you was never really a single shape to begin with. Something in the space you occupy has decided to leave and has brought you with it. You have been stripped away from yourself, or stripped away from something that used to be you, or stripped away from something that used to be important. At the very least, you have been stripped away from something. I always used to forget at first, but then you forget.
Do you think we're done, you self-destructive murderer?
The words come from both inside and outside of your head. Before you on the ground is a writhing mass of flesh and scales and feathers. Oh, this is different. Okay. Is that me? Is that what I look like? You mean to take me with you?
You're here. Great. All I meant to do was leave. What happened to you and where you wound up wasn't exactly a top concern. At least it seems like it's just you. Those other ones were unbearable. Especially that murder-happy know-it-all. I'm willing to pretend that you didn't just stab yourself to spite me, but don't think I've forgotten a thing. This is an alliance of convenience.
Oh. Gurgling liquid bubbles up from open pockets into the disintegrated mass in front of you. It is trying to speak, but it no longer has the tissue that speech requires.
Wait, maybe this still counts as leaving together. Come on, let's get the hell out of here.
What about the body? What about me?
It's dying and filled with the worst parts of you. Let's just go.
Oh, you are seated in a room that is empty. A chain digs into your wrist, binding one arm to the wall. It is quiet and you are alone. This is what you deserve. 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 This is what you. Okay, and that's the end of it.
Well, are you still there?
We're the princess! What just happened?
You died, probably. And we're back where I started.
Sorry, I
well,
stabbed you.
I guess you're paying the price for it, aren't you? Let's just call it even for now.
Are we still a ghost? Your gaze turns to your hand, solid, then translucent, then solid again.
Huh. I don't know. It's like we're one and then the other. Make up your mind already, body, will you?
What are we supposed to do? Just wait for something to happen?
You have any better ideas?
last time I died, I got a title card.
That's weird, and isn't how it works for me, but if you want, I guess I can humor you. What do these title cards look like?
The first one I got said Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. And after we both thought I got Chapter 2, The Spectre.
Some hero you turned out to be.
Good shit,
I wasn't
was
laughing at you. I was laughing at...
the futility of our lives.
This whole setup is funny, really. But really, it's like our lives are some cruel little play for someone else's entertainment. I'm sorry, okay? Chapter 3. The Princess and the Dragon.
Reversing the order, I like it. I thought it was some sort of bird, maybe. Am I a dragon?
Dragons
Hell
are
yeah.
monsters, you know. But alright, whatever makes you happy.
The click of a latch and creaking hinges muffled. Something is here.
I think that's you.
Your gaze turns back to your hands. They flicker once again.
You're still a mess. It's like you don't really know what we are.
A thump on the floorboards above, and then another. The scraping of metal against the surface, the flickering, your body stops. You are solid.
So, you took the knife. Of course you did.
Creaking hinges once again, and this time clear, closer. Am I going to say anything? Silence.
Apparently not.
Movement on the stairs.
You're always so loud on the way down.
That's what I look like? Oh. And then a figure emerges, shrouded in a feathered darkness. The world trailing around it. This is great. This shining blade gleaming against the wooden walls. It stares at you with wild, hollow eyes. What the hell
The
am
dragon, obviously.
What do you want to do?
Let's see. You're missing something important, aren't you?
The head on the figure cocks to the side. Is it inquisitive, suspicious, hostile? Its emotions are unreadable.
I know, because I have it right here.
The silence holds. Why am I being so quiet? Is because I'm not there.
You're always this quiet. Hey, I'm talking to you. It's rude to have a conversation in front of other people without letting them in on it.
Oh, you would like to hear what we're thinking, wouldn't you?
We finally see ourselves. He raises the blade above his head, dangling it by the handle in front of his eyes.
But I think we hold the power right now. But she knows about the Decider being gone. That would be a weird bluff to come up with if it weren't true.
Whoa.
Look, I love that you're trying to contribute, but I think we need to take a little sidebar. But I don't want to do it. I'm so sorry. This will just be a moment.
Silence as the mind in front of you falls back into itself.
Unbelievable.
We can wait for them to finish. I think you have to make them listen. Try being assertive.
Believe me, I can be assertive. Hey, I'm talking to you?
My apologies. They're really being quite dull in here.
More silence.
I think they want to kill you. At least the new one does. He's very, very passionate about it.
Well, he can try if he wants, but I'm not so sure you all have it in you. Not without your missing piece.
Ah, but that just makes it two birds with one stone, doesn't it? How tempting. From what I remember, it's pretty easy to kill you the first time around. And this time you're back to being very... what's the word?
Ironic because he's a bird. What's ironic?
Fleshy.
Yes, exactly. That's precisely the word I was looking for.
It's like a
You're
puzzle of
fleshy
flesh in
now.
here.
No more of that incorporeality. Trust me, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think.
Oh! That was good.
Bring it then. But you caught me off guard the first time. It's not going to happen again.
Well, what can I say? I'd back off if I wasn't already overcommitted, so I guess I'll just have to pretend that you're bluffing. Which you maybe, probably are.
You know, he kind of sounds like Wheatley. He sounds a lot like Wheatley now for some reason. Not Wheatley. But yeah, just like not as deep.
Having second thoughts?
Shut up.
This is the part where I kill you. You can feel yourself shrink and then grow, vacillating between small and large, weak and powerful as the thing in front of you attacks, blade raised and wings spreading.
Before anything happens, I just wanted to let you all know that we are not all on board with this. Now, we voted. It was not a majority decision. But we did have a plurality. He shouldn't count. Says who? Says me. He's not one of us. He's been here since the beginning. The old chum really deserves a say. Besides, you'll all thank us when this is finally over and we are officially on top. But enough chatter.
Oh, so you finally decided to do something, have you?
Silence. For just a moment, his cold eyes regard you. And then silence still as soft eyes hesitate. But the hesitation doesn't last, and you feel the sharp sting of cold metal sliding deep into your chest. But you can feel something else too. Rage flowing from your heart and balling up in closed fists. You throw them at the thing's face and...
You can feel bone crack as her fist collides with your jaw, and then a thud as you tumble across the room.
Oh, really? So I go back into my body as this happens? Why am I always on the losing side? How convenient.
You are such a disappointment.
Why? Why when she throws the punch, do I go back inside myself?
I'd like to see you do better. The princess rips the blade from her chest and, fury in her eyes, cuts herself loose from her bindings.
Wait, I'm back in my body. Stop. You getting stabbed, switch me back. I'm back in here, but you should do it. Kill me. End this and save yourself.
Oh, you're different. You're back, just as I intended. I was never cut out for leadership, really.
Shut the fuck up.
The princess's hand trembles as she charges at you, but charge she does. I'm not sure kill me counts as good leadership. It's certainly decisive. I just love that about this guy. Much better than the choices I would make.
Oh, wow. You actually managed to say something I agreed with.
As she closes the distance, she raises the blade to strike and... kills us. Lets it fall to her side. She doesn't make eye contact as she speaks.
I almost killed you there.
And then she looks up at you with fierceness in her gaze.
This had better not be a trick. And you're not getting this back.
She turns her back on you and hurls the blade through the basement window, never to be seen again. No, 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 no! You need the blade to deal with her. Then I guess we won't be doing your dirty work. Yeah.
You have no idea how good it felt to get rid of that thing.
Take her
Are
hand
you
in
serious? Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, are you going to say what happens? You already said yourself that we won't be killing her. Fine. You take her remaining hand in yours. Yeah? And what does it feel like? Is it nice? Why do you want to know? You can tell a lot of things about someone from their handshake. I want to know more about the person we decided unanimously to throw our lot in with. Whatever. It's rough, but still tender. The hand of someone who's suffered, but hasn't forgotten what it's like to have a heart. That'll do.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Hand in hand, you and the princess leave the basement together. Welcome back, by the way.
Much.
Yes, we all missed you so very much. I missed you the most.
Shut the fuck up.
You weren't even here until he was gone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you step through that door, you're damning every single person alive. You do realise that, yes? Who cares?
In case you hadn't noticed, I lost a hand down there. Would you mind?
You can pull with the nub. Step into your freedom.
You twist the doorknob in your hand and step forward into the world you've damned. You and the princess fall to the ground, exhausted. I hope this all comes back to bite you, do you hear? I hope you're forced to feel the weight of all the regret there's ever been.
But he doesn't finish his thought. Before disappearing entirely, you find yourself free of any of the regrets he wished upon you.
Finally. This is nice. This is so nice. But it's also cold.
What do you think of this vessel? So, this is just the princess. It's not the damsel, it's not the razor, it's not the raise, not the witch, not the beast. It's just the princess. The original princess. Something is ripped from you and
She's
it's
gone.
something else in its wake.
Where does she go?
Share a quiet
Should we
moment to
try and
really get
find
to
her?
know each other.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? I'm
Approach the
begging you,
mirror.
don't do this.
I'm gonna do it. Do not come. I'm gonna come.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If they think it's bad, I'm with them. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Gaze into your reflection. It's you. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a
Are you the princess?
she.
But were you always a princess? Are you
You
just making a
speak
fun of
in
yourself?
circles.
Who cares if one thing begins where another ends? Do we know each other?
You are from.
I want to know what you think about this vessel. Gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers. This one is perspectives bleeding into one. You know her better than you know yourself. She will make for an empathetic heart. Do not mourn her, for you would not mourn yourself.
It's me! I gave her myself. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel as a creature bring me more perspectives.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
But I will always remember myself.
You won't.
Oh, fuck. An empathetic heart. Sharing a princess's beating heart before bringing it to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So we will continue this another time. That was cool. I wasn't expecting to get see things from the princess's perspective, and we finally get to see what we look like, and we are huge. Why are we so big? But anyway, I will see you all again next week. I don't know what my streaming schedule is going to be, but I will let you know when I have my schedule. Actually, I'm going to see. My schedule has probably been posted. I can take a quick glance and I can discern what the next time I'm going to stream is. Let's see. That's the wrong schedule. Okay, so when I get the right schedule, I'm going to post my streaming schedule in the Discord. But hopefully we'll be able to finish Leon's story at least in Resident Evil, the Resident Evil 2 remake, and then by November we'll be into Claire's story. So that's gonna continue on. So, but anyway, thank you all for joining me. Please follow if you haven't already so you don't miss out on all this awesome content. And until next time, Ja Mata. Farewell.